Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of BDU. Well, now here's the fun thing about BDU. When I wasn't running it, I was getting bitched at all the time. Oh, he's not running it. He's not running it. Now I'm running it, and nobody's here. They're all like, oh. And then when I did run it, I'd always get bitched at that I wasn't on time. And now I'm on time. And it's just me. That's the way things go, boys and girls. That's the way things go. So yeah, what's going on? There's nobody watching right now, so I'm just rambling to myself, and it is just me here rambling to myself. I guess we should talk about some things. Hey, there's been a bunch of beer news over the last week. There's been a bunch of new breweries. There's been a bunch of new beers. There's been some sales. There's some new gadgets. There's a bunch of beer talk to do this week. Other than that, I don't think there's really much else. My week was pretty uneventful. How about yourselves? What was your week like? Spent time with my dogs, trained them. Did my classes, cleaned some more of the house. Been working out again. Man, my shoulders hurt. Yeah, it is what it is. Good day, Mr. Angus Wangus. What's going on? Just me and you today. So I'm gonna just ramble for a few more moments, and then we'll get on to beer news. I'll just give anybody that's coming in a little bit of time to get here, though I do think I might be on my own. I don't know. See, this is one of those things where I decide whether or not I want to keep doing BDU. Everybody, oh, do BDU, do BDU, do BDU. People will want to watch. People will want to be there. Nobody. Tumbleweeds. And they're all active. Anyway, so but the new Rick and Morty, the latest episode of Rick and Morty was amazing. For those of you that don't watch Rick and Morty, amazing. For those of you that aren't caught up on it, get caught up on it because it was amazing. The latest episode of Game of Thrones, same thing. Amazing. You guys that haven't seen it, make sure to catch up on it. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but amazing regardless. What else is there? What else have I been watching lately? I don't think not much. Oh, Midnight Texas. I started that show. It's intriguing. Yeah. Sorry. I do have an Android box. I bought a new Android box, but the Exodus is not up to date because it's from 2016. And now that TV add-ons has been taken down in its lawsuit with Bell and Rogers, I don't know how to upgrade it. So I can watch TV shows, but I can't watch any movies. There's no movie repository. Currently, Rogers and Bell are losing their lawsuit against TV add-ons. TV add-ons is still screwed over into the bowels of nothingness at the current moment. Yeah. Don't have much more to say. I guess nobody's coming. We'll get into some beer news then. To everybody that's watching right now, talk to me over in the chat. Nobody's here, so we'll talk more. What do we have? Let's start with the beer news, as I said. Fathers Brewing Company. Forefathers Brewing was in, where were they? They were in Prince Edward County at first. Well, they've announced a new location and a new head brewer. So I'm curious how these beers are going to taste. I know their head brewer. He can do some good stuff. Anyway, Forefathers Brewing has announced that it has secured a location in Cambridge, which means it's going to be closer to me than Prince Edward County, for a new and larger brewery, and that it has hired a new head brewer to oversee operations at the new facility. Located at 125 Guelph Avenue on the Hespefer Village area of the city, the new brewery will allow Forefathers to expand all aspects of its operations, including cellaring capacity and a sizable social space for customers. The original Forefathers Brewery in Rockford will also remain in operation as a laboratory for amazing craft creations. Joining the company to run the new brew house is Curtis Jeffrey, graduate of Niagara College's brewing program, who has worked at Dead Frog Brewing, Railway City Brewing, and most recently at Cameron's Brewing. He did a lot of the Cameron's Cask Days beers. So if you would go to Cameron's Cask Days, you were drinking basically his beers there. And he got promoted when Kyle left Cameron's. So he can do some good stuff. So I'm kind of curious how this is going to turn out. What else do we have here? Henderson Brewing has continued its monthly Ides series with the Banger Brew. So they've announced details of their Ides series of monthly limited edition beers. Banger Brew was created in partnership with Bangers Films, the award-winning music film production company that is located in the same building as Henderson. It is described as follows. This refreshing creamy... I'm just going to stop right there. So you do these monthly, like this, you do these monthly limited release beers, and they're usually fairly costly. And this month's limited release is a cream ale. Fuck you guys. I'm not even talking about you anymore. I'm just closing it. I'm done. Beard's Brewing Company. Beard's Brewing Company is opening later this year in Fort St. John's, BC. Now, Beard's Brewing Company, I wonder if Full Beard Brewing has ever done anything with their beard portion of beer. What do we have here? They're going to open up with a lager, a honey brown, an IPA, and a chocolate stout. Okay, yeah, that's actually a fairly good little spread. You know, you have your lager, although I hate the name. You have a brown ale. You have an IPA and you have a stout. You're good. You're going to everybody. High Park Brewery, which for those of you that did not know, High Park was a contract brewery in Toronto. They now have secured a location for a brewery and tap room. The company took possession of the former grocery store at 839 Runnymede Road last week and will soon be starting renovations to set up a brewery tap room. Facility should be up and running in spring 2018. The site is located on the western edge of the Stockyards District, an area that also become known as the Ale Yards for the cluster of breweries in it that include Reinhard, Shacklands, and Junction. That's actually a really intriguing little place to go to then, because you're going to have Junction, you're going to have Reinhardt. They both do fairly experimental beers. You have Shacklands, which does some pretty entry-level beers, and you have High Park, which also does some fairly entry-level beers. So you're going to have a good variety there. Close that. We'll go over to the comments in a second. Ragtown Brewing launching retail sales this week. Ragtown Brewing is in Sackville, New Brunswick. They're a nano brewery that opened earlier this year by a group of commerce students at Mount Alone. We talked about these guys at Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick. They've announced that it has received its brewery agency store license and will be launching retail sales later this week. Starting on Thursday, August 10th, growler fills and kegs will be available at the brewery, which is located at 62 Main Street in Sackville. Branded 950 milliliter grunters, well, that would be howlers to most people, will be available to purchase for $6 each. That's a lot of... Okay, is that with beer? And customers are also welcome to bring their empty 1.89 liter... Okay, it's not saying. Fill prices will be very... so it's $6 for your grunter or howler? So that's a lot. Usually a howler's like $4 to $5 to buy. But maybe it's a fancy howler. Iron Road Brewery, now open in Kamloops. This is really boring, it just being me. Everybody, oh, make sure you do a BDU. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Kamloops, BC, a new brewery and tap room in Kamloops has opened its doors to the public. Iron Road Brewing has been founded by Jared Tarswell and Richard Phillips, with brewer Aaron McInnes overseeing production of the brew house. Beer currently available on tap include the Locomotive Lager, the Red Bridge Pale Ale, the Loop Line IPA, the Summer Ale, and the Farmhouse Ale. Okay, well, at least they also have a fairly rounded offerings. Oh, Cowbell Brewing opened up this weekend in Blythe. Well, this past weekend. I heard it was amazing. I don't know really how it was. I know they had a whole bunch of new beers out. They had it's a 16,000 square foot destination brewery. Of course, it has to be a destination brewery. It's in fucking Blythe. You have self-guided brewery tours on the catwalk. It's a 19th century barn architecture with soaring ceilings, wood-fired pizza, and of course, delicious beer. I don't know if that lady that plays the cowbells ended up playing. I know she was trying to get them to play there. Upstreet Brewery in PEI is now a B Corp certification brewery. There's not many B Corp certified breweries, and there's not many in Canada, to be honest. Companies receiving this certification have been shown to meet rigorous standards of social and environmental performance, accountability, and transparency. The only other Canadian ones are Bose, Picaroons, Persephone, and Brasseur New Deal. So I mean that's a big deal for PEI to have to have a B Corp. And I think we talked about this one last week. Let's look. Yeah, I think we talked about this last week, but we'll do it again. In Nova Scotia, Half Cocked Brewing has opened up, and they are founded by Greg Olk and Matt Thompson in North Grant. Their beers will be Cock of the Walk, India Black Ale, Extra Pale Ale, Pete's Sake Blonde Ale, Fruit Cocked Grapefruit Pale Ale, and Wait For It IPA. So see, that one's not at all a rounded lineup. And people might like that, people might not like that. I don't know. I know I wouldn't want to go into a brewery that's only IPAs. I mean, that's me myself. Everybody's different. Some people will love it. I'm not really all that big on it. We'll go to comments now, see what's going on over in the comments there. Holy shit, there's a lot of comments. Dullahan, evening Chad. Bradshaw. Hey, Rhino, how's it going? It's going. Time to make your own moonshine. No, that's not illegal here. Good day, Steve. What's going on? Mr. Angus Wangus is dying to be on BDU. Well, you'll be able to be here. You started this evening with a Freedom 35, nice, and then Sam Adams Boston Lager. What are the rest of you guys drinking? For me, I'm going to start the evening with. I haven't even actually popped anything yet. I'm going to start the evening with this, which I bought because I didn't think I had it, and then I realized I had. So this is Lake of Bays and Wild North Pinot Grande. So one of their wheat beers. If you're wondering, my dogs are so quiet. They both have pig ears right now. So they're on the quiet side. And we're drinking it out of a Bud Light glass because that was what was in the cupboard. Drink from what you got. So, still alone by my lonesomes. Okay, there's 11 of you, and there's no one in here with me. So somebody talk to me. Let's actually have some chats instead of just doing these stupid beer talks. Buddy that wanted me to do BDU and wanted me to make sure BDUs happened is here. Yeah, I mean, this weekend, this Friday is Project Brew from Niagara College at the Market Square at the Farmers Market in St. Catharines. If any of you are in the St. Catharines area, you should go out there. They do donate their proceeds, just like me, to different charities. And it's 20 different student brews. So you don't actually spend all that much money if you want to try all 20 of them. It's $20 to get in if you buy your ticket ahead of time, 25 at the door. And I'll be there. And if I get a ride into town, I'm going to wear my albino suit. If I don't get a ride into town, because I'll have to be there really early then, and I won't. And I'm just writing an email quick here. There we go. Send. Everything's good. We'll come see if any of you guys have actually said anything, and then we'll get into some stories since nobody's here. Let's see what's going on over here. Let's see what's going on. Teku Murray, bring back JTV. Yeah, JTV was always fun, wasn't it? The things we did on JTV were always fun, too. What the fuck are you doing, Biggie? I just about put my microphone in my beer. That would have sucked. What's this? I got some Knob Creek. No headphones. Well, you could just be like you're on certain other people's hangouts then. You're on the road motel. Okay. You a trucker, sir? Going on here? Topics to talk about. Topics to talk about. Foremost, we did mention this. Oh wait, no. Let's do this one first. Scottish brewery trolls Trump with a U.S.-Mexico border stunt. Basically, they set up a little brewery right on the U.S.-Mexico border. They drew USA and Mexico, and on one side of it says "Make beer." On the other side, it says "Not walls." Leave it to Brewdog to do that. Leave it to Brewdog. Really, that's the only part of this whole news story that's even worth talking about, because it's not a real little setup. It was a Photoshop, and it would have been better if they actually did it, but they would have gotten arrested. He likes to push boundaries but not actually do anything. Now, apparently there is a big movement in China with craft beer. So, I mean, huge population there. If you can get them to like craft beer, you can make a lot of money as a craft brewery. And there is a whole bunch of breweries that are listed on here on this little article about about craft beer in China. And if anyone's going to China, I'd love if you could bring back some of this stuff. Like some of this stuff looks pretty cool. The first craft brewery in Hong Kong was Young Master Gao. So yeah, Young Master Gao makes a bunch of beers. He's been doing Belgian wit beers, beers aged on Mandarin orange peel, regular orange beers, soba ales. It's just intriguing what they do. Beijing has Great Leap Brewing. Great Leap Brewing does like bark cinnamon beers, pepper beers, honey ales, like oolong tea beers. For those of you that haven't had oolong tea, really intriguing tea too. Harvest Brewery is the first craft brewery in Chengha. Then you have Pico Brewer in Shenzhen. I can't do these things. Boxing Cat in Shanghai. And yeah, they're all using very traditional Asian ingredients to make their beers. So I'm really intrigued by that stuff. It's much like you always hear. Well, I always hear about Mexico too, and Brazil, and Italy, and all that having these amazing craft beer movement, but you never get to try any of the craft stuff from them because you only ever see the big mass produced stuff. Also, Germany. Germany is another one where you get mostly all big international stuff. Yeah. I'm closing some of these news articles because they're just stupid and no one's here to talk with me about them. So whatever. This should make me fucking super intelligent and super creative. I should have all the best things ever. Apparently, drinking a beer boosts your creativity. So there was a study out there, and they were giving people 1 pint of beer, and they were becoming more creative. With beer, drinkers scored on the test a 6 out of 10. The placebo drinkers scored an average 4 out of 10. And it was done with people between the age of 18 and 35. I would do it. I would do that test and just see how creative I am. How creative am I? How creative am I? You're in Japan. Oh, awesome. Does Japan have a craft beer industry? That's a question. I've never heard of Japan's craft beer industry at all. I know that they apparently make good whiskey, from what I've been told. Vale Brewing out of Richmond, Virginia, teamed up with Evil Twin Brewing in New York to create the fried chicken beer. It's the fried chicken beer. It contains a small amount of real fried chicken because fried chicken is a national treasure. Fried chicken is our latest collab with our good friends Evil Twin. Clocking in at 8%, FFCC is a DOH Old County double IPA hopped heavily with Citra, Simcoe, and Enigma. I've never had Enigma hops. The idea came to us after eating a significant amount of fried chicken at various establishments in our beautiful city of Richmond. We actually put a very small amount of fried chicken in one of two of the mashes. So the picture is a lot more than a very small amount of fried chicken, but that was probably just a Photoshop. Well, not a Photoshop, but a photo op. I find it hysterical how many different foods have been put into beer now. I mean, George Eagleson did the smoked meat and asparagus beer. There is the fuck. There is the bacon beers that are out there. There is just smoked meat period beers. There's broccoli beers. There's pepper beers. There the things that we'll put into beers. There's a pizza beer out there that had pizza in it. So I'm intrigued by all these things. But a fried chicken beer actually sounds like it could work, and I'm intrigued by that. I really am. Uh, uh, yeah, let's go see what you guys are talking about over here. Sorry, I have no one to talk with. I have no one to talk with. Oh, look at that. Teku's trying to start a fight with Bradshaw now. Look at that. He's not in here to make fun of people, so he has to make fun of them out there. Do you guys want to get a Fezzik's Way Tap for only $90.99 instead of $130.99? Uh, Basically, what it does is you put a can of beer or a bottle of beer inside it, and it makes it taste like the beer came from a tap. So yeah, if you want your beer to taste like it came from a tap instead of getting it from a tap, you can just put your beer in there and pour it from a tap. Or you can just pour your beer in your cup and drink it anyway. But apparently the reason you do this is because it makes it more fizzy. It makes it pop. It makes it great. I'm not spending $100 to fucking pour my beer into a glass. That's not going to happen. I'd spend $500 for an actual kegerator and buy a keg and pour my beer from a keg. But I'm not spending 1/5 of an actual kegerator on a little machine that takes 4 AA batteries and then uses sonic waves to make my beer taste like it came from a tap. Not going to happen. I don't know if you guys would do it. Would you do it? Would you buy the Fezziwick Way Tap and the Physics Way Tap and make your beer taste like it came from a tap? Would you do that? Would you do that? I think Ewart would do it, but myself, ah, not for me. Not for me at all. Thanks, Matt. Matt, you want to join? You want to come in and say hi? I thought I sent you an invite, but apparently I didn't. If you're just over there, maybe you just don't like talking to me either. Maybe nobody likes talking to me. It's okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. If nobody wants to, whatever. I'll just keep chatting along here. Japanese whiskey, too Japanese. Drunken one, why aren't you in here? What the fuck is going on here? You're all in the chat. You're all in the chat. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. What do we got going on here? Sorry, guys. I'm getting a bunch of messages on Facebook now of people mad that I yelled at them for not being here. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back at it. What's going on? Holy shit. Are you guys still arguing about... Where's the link? I sent it to you the same way I always send it to you. Through this here. Let me do it again. Here you go, sir. Sent again. I'm so fluffy. I know I'm fluffy. I'm such a good hugger, too. Average Joe, what's going on? There actually is an amazing amount of great people in the chat room right now. Usually, most of those people that are in the chat room are in here, so we wouldn't have the amount of viewers we have right now. But hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I was watching Reckless Eating last night doing his card challenge. So he had all these cards, and every time somebody donated $5 to him, he would take a card, and whatever was on the card would say what he had to do. He had some buzz balls, and he had some beer, and he had hot nuts and moonshine cherries and all this other shit. And I watched him, and he made a lot of fucking money doing that. The amount of money that some of these big channels can get, and I know it's the only way they can get money now is really with Super Chat because of the way things are set up now with AdSense. But I was amazed at how much he was actually making off of that. Somebody donated $50, somebody donated 30, a bunch of people donated 20 and 25. Matt was fucked by the end. It was amusing to me. It really was. I enjoyed it. Well, Matt Master, I'm glad you're drinking some scotch. What type of scotch are you drinking? Oh, Malt Master, sorry. I invited Paul. He didn't come in either. What cheap stuff, though, are you drinking? Crown Royal? Crown Royal? Oh, my dogs are fighting.
Sup, my albino brethren? Can you hear me now?
Oh, I certainly can, sir. I certainly can.
All right.
How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, and I was running a little late to the Terrio thing over there. They're doing ice beers. Oh, shit. Oh, my bad. Hold on. No, my bad. I'll make that stop. There, that stopped it. Yeah, I was running a little bit late to his little meeting over there, and then being a smartass, I said, sorry, I'm running late. I put it in the comments. He said, well, we can't run these things 24/7. Okay, then, yeah, I'll just go and leave that little thing, and F you, little cocksucker. Whatever. I mean, I got love for everybody. How is everybody? I see we got another hand in the chat, and I've seen Mr. Angus Wangus and
Yes,
Average Joseph, and so yeah, that's all well. Y'all doing okay? Sorry, I'm running late.
Well, you can't run these things all the time.
I don't. Fuck you too. God damn it. Your shit stinks too. Don't think that your shit doesn't stink. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. Rotten dogs.
I know.
Yeah, don't give your link out to everybody, or they'll spam your. I mean, they'll troll your shit.
I told you about that, and you still did it.
Funny thing is, I
said it offline. I said it offline the night before. I'm like, you're like, why don't you just put it in your chat box? I'm like, because there's a bug where they can come in and kick you out. Oh, okay, well, and then you did it.
Okay, I need to get together with you and Brian Fisher of Thrash Metal Homebrew and figure out what you got going, because the way you've got it going seems pretty damn safe. Joseph's running late. Fucking unacceptable. So
It is unacceptable, sir.
He's the wizard when it comes to how to do things, because I can't make my way around so well, but he's really smart about that. Let me see if I can't. I don't want to take over your show with these stupid questions, but we need to get together somehow and chat this up, because I don't want to get trolled like that again. There's rotten dogs.
I watched your video complaining about it the next day, and I just sat here laughing.
Did you see that the icon that I was showing in there? Have you seen that icon before? Yeah, I mean he come in.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, he come in long enough to become somehow a moderator and to be able to boot me out. And just as soon as he popped on, he booted me out and then jumped out himself. And then he did that again when I restarted it in a different video, just like I explained. But yeah, that was bull stuff, you know. I'm sorry, what were y'all talking about? I didn't mean to come in here and take over your channel.
I wasn't really talking about anything, man. I was just
wasting time. Yeah, I hate those damn trolls, man. And then sometimes they'll just get in there and give you a bunch of bullshit in the comments, and then some people are really aggravated by it, and the moderator gets aggravated by it, and so they're reading the comments, and the more they talk about it, the more that the people will poke fun at them, you know, and just they take over the show and piss the guys off. And yeah, I try to ignore things when I see it, but I don't know. It was aggravating that night, to say the least.
See, I'm not big enough to actually have people really come and troll, other than people we've talked about before.
Our Cindy Ben friend. Yeah. Oh, right. Well,
or like Joe, fucking Joe,
the average guy.
Yeah, that average.
He likes to troll in the background sometimes. That bearded bastard. Yeah.
What do we have? What do we have left for beer news here? Here's one. Craft liquor and craft beer are coming to Alberta farmers markets.
Nice.
I wish it would come to Ontario farmers markets.
Right.
Go to a farmer's market, buy some nice produce, buy a couple beers, go home. Everything's good.
That does sound good, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
How can they get away? Do they have to have any kind of licensing or whatever to be able to pull that off? How does that work?
Well, yeah, there'll be a license where whoever's selling it will have to have a retail license, most likely, or the brewery itself will sell it off license, or I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to have a license of some type. It's not going to be the farmer selling it. It's going to be a distributor or a manufacturer.
Well, shit, I thought I had a way in to make me some money. I got this dry stout.
also in Alberta, Leduc's is an airport hotel in Leduc, and it has a bar that has a self-serve wall. So these things are big in Europe. I don't know if they're big in the US. I know I've heard about them a lot, and what it is all the beer is lined up on the wall, and you go and you pour your own beer. Now, the closest thing I know about it in Ontario, I don't know if there is any of these in Ontario, but the closest one I know about is Big Rig in Ottawa. They have tables where they hook the kegs up to the tables, and there's taps on your table, and you pour your own beers at your table. And it counts how many pints you poured and everything, and that's how it charges you. Now, the only thing I could see on this is this really, at least for Ontario, I couldn't see the self-serve wall all that well, because of the fact that we have the granny state, the nanny state of we have to watch how much you drink. But I mean, you could think there would be a good lawsuit on that if you got so drunk that you, I don't know, did something really stupid. Well, nobody stopped me.
Right.
I just served myself.
Yeah, I don't know how well that would work out here. It sounds good in theory. It sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
It does. It really does sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking it's like going to Luby's or whatever, and you're like picking off the menu. But the thing is, you can do it yourself, more like an all-you-can-eat buffet, and can't go wrong with that. And it sounds good, but then again, there's nobody to shut you down, so you got to know your manners. And
yep.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what to think of that. Red Beard says, send me a link.
I'll send you it in Facebook, I guess. I already sent you it via this, so give me 1 second.
So, how many of these people that are in the chat room have you sent invites to, and they just aren't getting on?
Most of them.
Ratting bastards! Y'all get off your ass. Click the link.
Oh, I still have to send Redbeard a message too. I forgot about that. I got into other things and forgot about that. So sorry. Sorry, I didn't try to ignore you. I forget things.
Have y'all seen these around? This one I hadn't seen around so much. Elysian.
What do you got there? Elysian. Which Elysian is that?
The Space Dust IPA.
No, I've never had that one.
Oh damn! It's pretty good. I thought I looked it up. I think it's like a 8%, maybe not. I could be wrong with that. It's a pretty decent IPA. I did look it up enough to know that one of those places where people reviewed things from. I won't put out any names. Gave it like an A, like the middle A. I think it was. I want to say they said like 94 or 6 or something. They got some pretty good reviews.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nice. I don't know exactly where it's from. Let me look. Seattle, Washington, and Fort Collins, Colorado. So it actually come a long way to get to Texas. Oh, here it is. Right here, 8.2 by volume. They ain't scared to admit it.
Wow. 8.2.
Yeah. That's pretty tasty. It says Chinook to bitter, and then late and dry additions of Citra and Amarillo. All right. I got it for $9.95 for a 6-pack.
$9.95 6-pack. That's not bad either.
Yeah, that's fair. That's crappier prices. The ones I buy anyway. That's
Red's here. Good day, Red.
Hello.
That's a peachy screen you got there.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
It's
I'm
very
gonna
peachy.
My next beer tonight will be the Innocent Gun IPA.
See, that looks the business right there. Mine looks kind of.
This is the business right here, sir.
Yeah, mine looks like a cartoon character or something. Yours looks like the business. It's a happy vomiting space dust hop.
And into my Bud Light glass.
Redbeard's cracking open a juicy ass IPA by Flying Monkeys, baby.
I have one of those downstairs to review.
It's good shit. It's very good. So much of the good shit.
I actually laughed at the juicy ass name because Andrea, Peter's wife, is usually the head of their marketing, and she says yes or no to names, and I was surprised that she let juicy ass go through.
It is one of the more kind of risque names I've seen. But
yes,
I like it.
Especially for them. I mean, they're very, very colorful bottles and very everything else, but they don't usually have really risque names.
It smells so good.
The LCBO thought that Smash Bomb Atomic IPA was a risque name. But
really? That's funny.
It wasn't allowed in the LCBO for a while. It was the beginning of the LCBO label wars.
That's actually hilarious.
Smash Bomb. That sounds all right. I mean, I don't think of like anything dangerous when I hear it.
They had a mushroom cloud on it and stuff, and they're like, "This is very."
Yeah.
It's really not as. It's not as much of a bomb as you'd think by hearing the name. I wasn't really that impressed by it. I'm not sure if the can I have is maybe
how old it is too, right? Like it's a what, a 12-year-old recipe, something like that, 10-year-old, 8-year-old.
I didn't know that. Fair enough. Before they really knew how to get that bomb in there, I guess.
Then what they had Alpha Fornification. Alpha Fornification was the 2600 IBU beer.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
It tasted like drinking a stick.
That's hilarious.
A stick?
That's nice.
Okay. A stick from what kind of tree? Wait a second. A stick, huh?
Hopefully, just randomly, if anyone's watching that watched the last time I was on this channel here, hopefully my audio and everything is not going to fuck up this time. I got myself a new webcam. I'm wearing headphones this time. I went all out. My webcam can do 4K. It's crazy.
Uh-oh. Well, it looks pretty peachy to me. The audio sounds good too.
Yeah, your audio is great, but your screen right now is just a red screen, an orange screen actually.
Like maybe I'm colorblind. It looks kind of peachy to me.
It's just maybe peach.
How do I fucking fix that shit?
I don't know. Like if you move your mouse around on the screen, like go pointing toward Albino's avatar, and there should be like one that there says turn camera on. You should have a little toolbar that pops up.
Oh, look at that. Hello. I can turn the camera off.
Turn it back on. See what happens.
Back on.
No, you're peachy.
What in the shit?
Yeah. The other was your avatar. That's looked like cartoon characters or something.
Is there something on your lens?
No, not at all.
Like a pink piece or like a peachy tape.
Go over to the gear, which is your settings.
Oh wait, I found it. It's still set up as my other webcam that I had. Watch this.
There you go.
Watch this. Here I come. Hello.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. All right. Look at that beard. Wow.
Joe as a troll.
That's better.
Here comes Joe. His trolling Joe is maybe the orange screen is 4K. Looks extremely vivid and clear.
Yeah, right? Maybe it was kind of orange. Yeah, we can see you now. Yeah, we can see you.
Good stuff. There we go. Excellent.
So
Much
4K,
better.
If my monitor isn't 4K, so I'm not going to see it that way.
I don't even have 4K anything. I just figured it's the brand new one Logitech came out with, and it does really good 1080p as well. So I'm I'm future proofed for a little bit.
What would that cost you? I want to get one.
I think it was only about $250 ish. Not super expensive, but it's.
How can you say only and $250 in the same sentence?
Because it's the basically the top of the line webcam, and $250 for the top of the line. Anything isn't that expensive when you kind of think.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'd be much more apt to get last year's model or something.
Yeah, they are the one that most people use is the C90 or something like that. It's the one that is the one that was the standard, but this one here is pretty much I think going to become the standard.
Oh, I see. Cool. Yeah. I'm always one step behind, so I probably wouldn't spend that $250. I'd get the old standard one. I don't know. This is just my laptop. This is my laptop. I don't know. It's I don't shoot video on this. I shoot video with another crappy camera. But
I got a GoPro for that, and then last time I was on here, I had my. Actually, and I'm pretty sure it was a feedback loop that ended up happening because I didn't have my headphones on. That's what ended up fucking up my audio. Because the webcam cell phone thing, it works fine. It just I don't think that now that I have the headphones and everything, I think I should be good. And actually, I randomly did a live stream on my channel last night playing video games, and it seemed to go pretty good. So
okay, I'm gonna have to look you up and give you a little sub array.
Never, man. I appreciate that. Tell your friends.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Redbeard. Hey, I wonder why they call you Redbeard.
I can't imagine.
You must not be a very old guy because you still got a lot of red there. My reds went away years ago.
37? 37?
Oh, you're young, You're young, Yeah, I was going to trim my bangs. And I was going to cut my hair, and I was trimming my bangs. I was like, wait a second. What happened to my bangs? Where's my bangs gone?
Nice.
I keep it short. I can grow hair. I keep it short intentionally.
Yeah, I haven't tried to grow hair in years. I've only been shaving it for about 2 years now, just because I like it nice and smooth. But
there you go. Right.
My job involves a lot of grease in hair. For some reason, I never seem to get it in my beard, but when I had hair in my head, it always got on my head.
Okay, well, I have to check out your channel. I just subbed you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, I'm seeing you the little intro thing you got going. Looks like you're having a good time, you and your boy.
I try having a good time. Yeah, that's my buddy Mark. I think
that's
my friend Marcel. Yeah, he's been in a few of my vlogs. Generally, it's just me, but I have had a few of my friends on.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I have a couple times. Yeah, I've had some others. I got a little channel myself.
Well, maybe I'll find that as well.
You're welcome to look for it if you like. That's not what we're here for necessarily, but.
Oh no, I'll do it. I'm doing it. Which one are you? Who are you?
Drunken one.
Drunken one?
Yeah,
he is the drunken one.
The drunken one.
I am indeed. Yeah, most of my videos are a little intoxicated. So
when I first started my YouTube channel, I was playing video games and just video games while drinking. And there's a few times where I got just wrecked playing video games. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine. He does like auto racing online, and he gets with those guys. And I said, I guess if you're gonna drink and drive, that's the safest way to do it. But otherwise, I try to stay off the roads when I'm drinking.
Is it the drunken one or the drunken ones? Drunken?
It's got this logo. Look at the screen there for a second. It's got this
Oh,
It's not doing it. It's got this. Oh, why is it not? Is it showing my avatar? I'm the guy with the bald cap.
With the most interesting man in the world. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. That's me.
My dog just threw up. Give me 1 second here. Jesus.
Nice. My dog just threw up.
It's not cool.
Okay, there it goes. I wasn't doing it there for a second.
Stop!
All right, so what's everybody drinking?
I am still drinking my Innocent Gun IPA.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You had the dark bottle with the very adult-looking label, and I have the kitty-looking label.
My one dog right now is actually licking my extra bottles that I have ready for drinking.
Nice.
He is right there taking care of the bottles. He's protecting them. He's protecting them for me. He's like, yeah, I'll protect these bottles. I'll protect these bottles, Daddy. Yeah, the sheet is gone because one of my dogs, I'm not going to say which one, but one of them may have peed the bed last night.
How dare you mute me? What the hell?
Or did you pee the bed and you blamed it on the dog?
That could have happened too. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you which one.
Okay, I'm trying again to search for you. What is your YouTube channel name?
Drunken One?
Just Drunken One.
DRUNKINONE.
Drunk in One.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's the way it would be.
There you are.
Symphonically pronounced.
I got you. Yeah, you've spelled it wrong and made it interesting, just as I did myself. So,
right.
And you are now in my list. Oh,
bam. All right.
Sofa King Brewing. Ha.
Yeah.
Well, he used to be so fucking drunk. So.
Oh yeah. No, I never changed it. It's always been the same. Now I do homebrew. I do some really crappy reviews, and
there was an Irish guy named So Fucking Drunk.
Oh yes. I've seen him. Yeah. And then there's Drunk as Fa, right? How'd you pronounce it?
Drunk as Faux.
Faux. No. That's the wrong way to say it. It's pronounced differently. That's the way it's spelled. But it's actually a noodle dish. I thought it was you who corrected the way it was. It's PHO, but it's like Fa or something. Somebody, I thought it was you that said what it really meant. She's a Vietnamese girl and a gal, however you want to put it. And she does some like reviews and then cooking with beer, and she's easy on the eyes, so it's all good. But yeah, the last name or her name is spelled Po or whatever, PHO, but I was told it means it's like pa or some shit. It's like a Vietnamese noodle dish. I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
The next news story I have here is for our good friend Ewart, and it's all about his good friend Mr. Cock.
What?
The owner of Stone. Some Germans thought Greg Koch was courageous.
Okay.
Others considered him crazy. This is all about him opening up his brewery in Germany and how successful the brewery is, and now how he has the last laugh because he's doing so well in Germany and across Europe because he now exports to 15 European countries out of Germany.
That's not
and I just thought I'd talk about that because Ewart loves him so much.
Hey? You talking to me?
What?
I'm sorry. I was commenting in the chat room thing there. Was that addressed toward me and I just totally missed it?
What's that?
Okay, leave it be. No, it's all good. Obviously, it wasn't toward me.
Okay, Jamie. We'll be around for you to jump in. Ewart.
I might be around.
Ewart.
I'm possibly attempting another live stream on my channel at around 10ish tonight.
Ewart says, "Fuck cock, fuck cock."
That is what people do with them sometimes. Cocks are pretty fuckable.
So the Vietnamese government.
He said he's also.
The Vietnamese government owns a 90% stake of Sabco, and they are trying to sell Sabco in 3 slices to make $7 billion on the sale.
Well, how about that? People want
That's
to make money.
a lot of money. Jesus.
Yeah, it is, right?
That is a lot of money. I wonder who has, other than Anheuser-Busch, who has $7 billion to just throw out to a brewery.
There's probably at least a couple like individuals out there that could do it, which is just.
Oh yeah, disgusting. Yeah. Or Donald Trump, whatever.
Anheuser-Busch is hiring.
He used the American government's money to buy it or something.
Why not? He's on vacation, so he can get his renovations done.
In Jacksonville, Florida, Anheuser-Busch is hiring people to be zombies, getting paid $10 an hour for the haunted brewery exhibit that will be at the Jacksonville, Florida Anheuser-Busch facility.
I think I saw that when you shared earlier. Okay.
I actually really want to go to this, to be honest. I would love to walk through a haunted brewery. I don't care that it's an Anheuser-Busch brewery.
I thought you were trying to get a job there for a second. I was like, really?
Hey, you want to pay me $10 an hour to pretend to be a zombie? I'll take it.
Damn, Chad, you hungry, boy.
$10 American is like 15 Canadian. I'm okay with that.
Right?
I don't know if we're that bad right now.
No, we're not that bad. We're there.
Are you Canadian also?
Damn straight, yo. Damn straight. I'm in North Bay.
Okay. You're Canadian.
North Bay, Ontario.
Ontario, all right. I'm down here in Tejas, down here in Texas.
Oh, really? Jesus. Nice to meet you, man.
Just about 30, 40 miles or whatever it is north of Houston.
Yeah, just a little ways down the road from where I am. And,
Yeah, just a little bit. What's 1,200 miles, give or take,
The funny thing is, it would probably take the amount of time it takes to get from where I am to out of Ontario just driving is over a day. And you can drive halfway down to the States in the same amount. It's insane.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
the highways in this province are terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, I see, because the traffic or the roads are so bad.
No, yeah, both.
Our roads are decent. But to get out of Texas, it takes most of a day. By the time you make it to Arkansas, Texarkana, Arkansas, that far. You're already about 8 hours in, rather.
I can see your roads. I can see your roads holding up a bit better than ours, just because they don't have to go through the stupid winter summer cycle like ours do.
But we got hella summers.
The highways, yeah.
We got hella summers, and then you make it down toward Houston, and they just never quit building roads. So that exit that was there yesterday or last week is now a mile back or half mile forward or whatever. Yeah, even your Google your Garmin or whatever, it goes, I don't know what happened to it.
They're not updating it fast.
You better be paying attention. Yeah, they're moving faster than they can update it.
What's the weather like down there? It must be pretty fucking warm this summer.
It is 85 degrees right now. Somehow I don't believe that. Usually it's warmer than that. It's always sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah, 85. Yeah, that's right.
It was warm as hell up here the last couple weeks, and then we just got a couple thunder showers, and now it's actually almost chilly out. The weather in North Bay is weird.
Oh, that's incredible.
It can go from being 35 degrees in the middle of the day to this is Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius. I'm not exactly sure what that equates to in Fahrenheit, but then at night it can get down to 9 or so. There's a huge jump every day in the summer. Yeah,
that's incredible. Yeah, I can respect that. Yeah, we don't see, if we get to 70s at all, it's I don't know how that relates to Celsius, but we all should be Celsius, I might add. But if it's 70, it's 78, 79. It's still really close to 80. We're not going to see 60-degree weather for a long time. Again, I don't know how that relates to the other, but
I want to say the only most funnily enough, most of what I probably know about Texas, I learned from watching King of the Hill. that cartoon series. I've watched it at least 3 or 4 times. It's one of my all-time favorites, and
yes, sir. Yeah,
it doesn't it doesn't paint you guys in a bad light stereotypically or anything like that. Like everyone's kind of, you know, there's a couple weird guys or something, but there's weird people everywhere. So
exactly.
Overall, it was just a great show. And
it's I agree with that. You know, there's people that actually stream that stuff 24/7. If you research it a little bit, there's people that research that stream that shit 24/7. Is like, well, which season did I miss? You know, they're live and streaming all the freaking time.
That's awesome.
It's a few different ones that do that, and I agree with you. Yeah, they don't paint us in a bad light. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot like us. Most folks like to think of Texas as horses and cattle and tumbleweeds and cactus, and it's not like that everywhere. We have a big city too, and
well, the place is like
civilized.
Your state is pretty fucking massive. So you know what I mean? Like there's gonna be areas that are desert, but there's probably also areas where it's incredibly kind of foresty and fertile and stuff.
Indeed, yeah. I live in the foresty area. Yeah, it's the piney woods area type. I guess if there was a name to it, but
I just watched an episode of, I think it was Naked and Afraid, and it took place in Texas. And I'm thinking about it now, I think they didn't make it. It was too hardcore for them, and they couldn't make it. Which, yeah.
Yeah, no, we have quite a diverse countryside. Yeah, everything from the ocean, obviously with the sand and stuff, to mountainous, and we do have the desert type because it borders. We border what is it? Freaking Arizona. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so yeah, we have the best of all worlds here, or the worst of all worlds, I guess. All right. Enough of that. Let's talk about beer.
Yeah, beer. I'm almost,
beer. I like beer.
I've almost sucked this juicy ass dry.
So there was a 3-member tribunal that talked about Alberta's liquor laws, beer laws, and their beer taxes, and they, said that it was unconstitutional and it had to be changed. The finance minister of Alberta is disappointed by the leak because the report was leaked out. Ceci said Thursday that the government should have had almost a month to privately review the findings of the 3-member agreement on internal trade, which looked into whether Alberta's policies to boost its craft beer industry violated trade rules. He said the complainant, Artisan Ales Consulting, showed a lack of respect for the process by leaking the panel's report when it came out. My favorite part of all this is this. Artisan Ales owner Mike Tessier said releasing the report early doesn't change the findings of the panel. I don't care. The answer is the answer.
Right.
I love that. I love it. And of course they're saddened by it because they admitted that they were thinking about trying to find a way to fight it. And now it's out that the panel said, no, this violates trade rules, violates constitutional rules. So they're angry that it got leaked.
A whole 3 people on their panel? Wow. Can't be much adversity there, huh?
The panel voted 2-1. So one person was on the side of the government.
Right.
Back in 2 seconds.
All right.
We'll be here.
I like his icon. It's like he left his grizzly smile on his something. I don't get it. What is up with that? Oh, it's a beer. Oh, I get it. When I see it now. I clicked into the thing. Right.
Yeah, that's his. That's his
beer. Right. And his big grin, and he's drinking a beer of his logo. Right. That's cool. Aye.
Yay, Sage is back. What else do we have? We have 2 more news stories here. Fanshawe College and Railway City Brewing are creating a new legacy together. Fuck you, Railway City. Anyway, for 50 years, Fanshawe College has been a leader in the field of learning after working with industries to provide new and unique opportunities for its students. On August 2nd, the college announced a new educational partnership with Railway City Brewing Company that will enable students from the School of Tourism and Hospitality to learn all aspects of the brewery business. The partnership with Fanshawe is not the first that Railway City has entered into, but it's the first involving a learning opportunity, said Paul Corbeau, the brewery's vice president of sales and marketing. Let's hope none of these students say anything bad about the brewery because he'll rage quit on them. While the exact details of the program have yet to be nailed down, Corbeau said students will be rotated through the Edward Street Brewery, likely in groups of 2 to 4 at a time, learning different facets of the business, ranging from marketing and packaging right down to brewing itself. What I meant by rage quit there, Drunken One, is we used to have a really good relationship, me and him, and his brewery. And he put out a beer called Double Dead Elephant. It's his double IPA, and it was about $4 more a bottle than any other double IPA made in Ontario at the time.
Wow.
And it wasn't amazing, shall we say? It was good, but it wasn't worth $4 more.
It wasn't worth $4 more. Yeah, no, I get it.
At the very least, for the most part, it was actually $6 to $7 more than some things. And when I reviewed it, I brought that up, and I was having a conversation with a notable beer writer here in Ontario about the price, and we were making jokes about the price, and he found out and he rage quit me. He sent me like a 4-page Facebook message, and then he blocked me on everything.
Oh hell!
I just sat there laughing. I'm like, okay, your beer's not bad. I don't have a problem buying a pint of it, but I'm not buying a fucking bottle of it for $12.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to have to be something spectacular for you to charge that much more for it. I mean, if it's good, all right.
You were being charged that much more because it was a fancy champagne bottle with painting on it and stuff. Well, don't put it in such a fancy bottle then.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Right, it wasn't your fault they used that packaging idea. You know. Yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah, they probably spent more on the artwork and the labeling than the product itself. And so, okay, yeah, I got you conned me into buying the thing. Not really, but I'm just saying you made it so enticing with that fancy label. I really expected something neat to be in the can. And sometimes it's very disappointing when they have some badass artwork and then all of a sudden the beer is crap.
Do you guys, is it me or did Muskoka just started doing their Enjoy Before thing? Didn't they used to say brewed on their cans?
I don't know.
Because I've got I just cracked. I just cracked
all the brewers do that.
All of them should say when it's canned, not when it's best before. That's what you're saying, right? You agree?
Either way, but a number on it to say, hey, this is when
an IPA should not have a best before. Because it's a lie. Like right now, this is Twice as Mad Tom. This is an Imperial IPA, one of my favorite Imperial IPAs, 8.4%. And it says Enjoy Before October 22nd, and it already tastes kind of like it's already a multi mess. It's not right at all.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I agree. Then they need to have a born on date, I guess.
For sure. Right. Especially on IPAs, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. The fresher the better for the IPAs.
Because it's sad. Like this stuff here is $3.45 a can.
Ouch.
And for it being 8.4%, like you can. In the LCBO here in Ontario, like paying $3.45 for a can of beer is not uncommon, and a lot of them are like 4, 5, 6% beers. Nowhere near this.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's a bang for your buck. That's a good one.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But this one in particular doesn't taste right. I'm still gonna drink it because it's.
Oh beer. Yeah, you bought it, right? Chug.
Oh, Christ. Chug, and then Redbeard just dies on camera. Good times.
Hey, Fury, how are it going? Fury asked, what's going on, Redbeard?
Oh, stuff and things.
Stuff and things, yeah.
Having some beers, getting all primed up for, like I said, my second ever live stream happening on my channel in an hour-ish time, I think, possibly.
He said stuffing things. What's you stuffing?
What are you going to be doing, a video game again?
Probably drinking and playing games, kind of like combining the two things. Like my YouTube channel is Redbeard Gaming, and I'm locked into that, so I figure I should kind of pepper in some gaming occasionally because it's been nothing but the beers for a while now.
See, I used to do the odd gaming here and there, but I don't have a computer that will handle my video capture card anymore.
I'm not sure if this will work, if I'm still in frame, but if I go like that's my baby over there. That's my computer.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So is that what you game on the computer too?
That's what I game on. Then like way over there in the kitchen that you can't really see, way over there's a laptop on the counter. That's what I do for my vlogs. I do my vlogs over there. The whole
Yes,
my
yeah.
entire apartment is basically just devolved into like a YouTube studio. It's pretty ridiculous.
Nice.
I have fun, you know. It's good times.
Let me guess, you're a single guy then, huh? Because I don't think a girl would put up with that.
Little bit, yeah.
A little bit single.
I'm a walking, talking definition.
Does your wife know about it?
Single.
That sounds great. My whole apartment is a YouTube studio. Sal, hey, I'm jealous.
I am. Are you in the Falls?
Who's that? Me?
No, not you. I am.
Oh, you are what? What?
I am BDJ.
Oh, you're talking randomly in there. I got you. Yeah, my apartment is freakishly nice. My boss actually built it for me. It's right on top of the shop for the place I work. He bought a building and gutted the building and turned the entire top floor into my apartment.
So let me guess, you were showing up late to work and he wanted to make sure you weren't going to be late.
No, I've wanted him to be my landlord for a long time, just so that, you know, nice. if I'm late with the rent.
Yeah, right? He knows where to get the money from.
He knows where I live. He knows I'm good for. He can just take it off my fucking paycheck. Like, yeah. But it's awesome. Like, I'm right in the city, and like North Bay's only 55-ish thousand people. It's not big, but there's like a big kind of forest conservation area in the city, and I'm right beside it. But I'm also like almost right downtown, so it's the best of both worlds kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm down.
Oh, that's cool.
To get to my place, you go to a dead end street, another dead end street, and another dead end street. So like there's no traffic at all. It's awesome, man. I love
Hell yeah. No, that sounds nice. Yeah, I love it myself.
Fury, to answer your question, that was my first beer of the night.
How dare you drink?
There you go. No, he was asking if anyone oh no, you were talking Oxtanagu. That's downstairs still. Yeah, I didn't bring that up with me, but yes, I've had that too.
I'm only on beer number 2, but like I said, 8.4%.
Yeah, it won't take long.
I'm behind, I'm catching up.
Yeah. These are what 8.2s I said, right? 8.2. Yeah, 8.2. I'd buy the shit out of those.
I'm gonna have another Innocent Gun IPA.
The Innocent Gun IPA was not bad. I think I liked the they made 2 IPAs that I reviewed, and one was like an oak aged IPA, and the other one was just an IPA. The oak aged IPA was really nice. I just recently did actually their 2015 vintage oak aged beer, whatever the hell it was called. The first beer that I ever aged myself for a full year. And I had it with Marcel recently, and the vlog is going to be going up in a couple days, and it's going to be long because we just sat there and talked and talked and talked. And there's like nothing I can cut out of it. But that, and then I just recently did the one they did for the Canada 150 birthday thing there, the Thistle.
I have one of those sitting upstairs too.
It's if you can find another one, get another one and age it, because apparently it ages really well. I want to do that as well because fresh, really nice, but I want to try and see what happens when I age it as well.
There you go.
Thought.
No, Joe, they never told me why they no-showed. Nick hasn't even talked to me since then, to be honest with you. He's sent 1 or 2 messages on Facebook about personal things that have gone on, but he hasn't talked to me about anything else.
Why the hell is your camera off, Chad?
Because I'm reading right now and I'm blind, so my face is when my camera's on and I'm reading, this is what you get to see.
Come on, I want to see it. I want to see it.
No, forehead.
Nobody wants to see that.
That's awesome.
No, he's mentioned that before. Yeah,
I was like, you know what? It makes sense.
The camera out?
I understand. I was wondering that whenever I watched
really close to the screen.
I was like, why does he disappear all the time and just not have his face on all the time? But that makes sense.
Yeah. Right. No. Yeah. Perfectly. Yeah.
Though I watched your review in like an hour ago of what the fuck even was it? I don't know. I can't remember what the beer was, but the glasses you have that have like the jeweler's things that come down.
Yeah, the watch repair glasses.
Those are insane, man.
Wow. Hey, dude, I didn't see that. Did you just do one like that? I want to see those glasses. How cool. Show us the glasses. They're probably close to you. Show us the glasses.
They're downstairs. They're downstairs.
Okay, no, I'll watch it. I've never seen you in glasses. I know you don't see so well. Okay,
go get them, and the 2 of us will hold the fort till then.
I'm scared of this, but I'm going to leave a drunken one in charge this time while I'm gone.
Oh, hell.
What the crap?
I'm not drunk yet, so...
Yeah, apparently I didn't do a good job last time. I think last time I I pretended to get drunk with Power or something. It's just me. It's my show now. But yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I did one the other night. Well, actually, it was a guy, Boondock Beer Reviews, Beer Views. I don't know if you watch him or not. Anyway, he started a little hangout thing, but it wasn't one to where you can like. It was more like the chat thing, and you couldn't hang out. And I said, well, where's the link? He said, well, there's no link. He said, if you start a hangout, he said, I'll come in. And so sure enough, I started a hangout, and he came in, but that's when all that craziness happened. If you go back and watch the old video, I had a troll come in, and this guy, it was like, we're chatting along like this, and then all of a sudden, everybody in the little boxes started like the names weren't right, and then all of a sudden you see like a screenshot of like the toolbar and crap. You know, you could tell somebody was jacking with things. And I thought it was just on my end, and I asked everybody, and they said, no, it's happening to everybody. We thought it was a Google glitch. So we're like 6 hours into this hangout, and then all of a sudden this guy pops in for just a second. And right after that, somehow he ended up controlling the room, kicking me out, and then he jumped out also. And
really?
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, it's just out of nowhere. I'm running the thing, and he just got in the room, ended up moderator somehow, and then booted me out. And then so I tried to get back in, and it said, well, somebody in the thing won't let you back in. You're banned from it. So what the hell? So I started another one about 6 minutes into that one. Same shit happened. All right. You got the glasses now, Albino? I mean, Chad?
Albino. Yes, I have them.
Randomly.
Chad, let's see those glasses.
Maltmaster, you made a comment. He should do a collab with Ken Domick from KBD Productions. He was actually at Session Muskoka, and I met him, and he did like a tiny little interview thing with me. If you're, I assume you're a fan of his channel. If you watch the Session Muskoka video, he put the whole thing in there, and like he actually like took my business card thing that I have and put it right on camera. Gave me a pretty big shout out actually. So
nice.
I thought that was pretty awesome. And I sent him a message actually saying if he's ever in the North Bay area, that damn right, give me a shout, and I'd be down for doing some kind of anything with him. He did seem like a really cool guy.
Who's this guy that you talked to gave you a shout out? Who is this?
Ken Domick. He's like a food reviewer on YouTube. He's a pretty cool guy. He lives in the, I want to say, like the ones I've seen, a lot of Barrie, Ontario area. So like middle, not quite north, but
yeah. That's cool.
He's like a nice guy though. Like he was a really nice guy, and his vlogs are pretty cool. Like he does a weekly kind of food review. He has a couple channels. His main channel is the food reviews and stuff. And his food reviews are actually really, really well done production-wise.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Okay, first and foremost, Fury. Nobody wants to see these.
You're not
Second
wrong.
off, especially people named Donna don't want to see these. Anyway, here we go. 1 second.
Are you clicking them in?
Yeah, I had to click them in. You have to set them up, right? And then you have light. You have
Hell
lights.
yeah.
Lights in them too?
Oh yeah,
those
man.
are tight.
Jesus, those are painful on my face. I got my eyes on my face.
Actually,
I'm not albino, but I'm as close
Can you
as
see them?
I use them to read bottles and cans as a trolling, because for years I've done this, right? And people are always like, "Get glasses, you fucking blind fucker," and all this. And I'm like, it's not the shape of my eyes; it's the optic nerve. Glasses don't help. So I saw these on Amazon one day for like $6.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, and they come with different magnifying and like different magnifications and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I saw them on Amazon for like $6. And I'm like, fucking right. So I bought them as a troll gift. And I'm like, fuck you guys. Here you go. You want me to get glasses?
I'm not gonna lie.
Do they work for you? Do they help you? Do they help you see, or is it just kind of more of a gimmick?
It's a gimmick, but at the same time, yes, I can read the cans with them.
Okay, no, that's cool. All right.
First time I ever did watch your channel, the first time I ever came across you and saw that when you were reading the can, I was like, "What's happening right now? Why is he being like that?" And again, I look forward to it, and
why is his nose touching the bottle? Well, that's Craig.
Is he smelling the words and reading with his nose? What?
Yeah, Craig is the same way. He doesn't see so well, and they don't allow him to drive either. And so yeah, he's a lot the same way. He's got his nose on the bottle, but whatever. If it works, it works. That's cool.
I didn't even think of that. That you
got love.
That's a terrible thing.
My vision went when I was about 40. I used to go to gas stations, and I was in like one of the walk-in coolers, and they have those blowers on the back wall, and they have numbers on the back of them to tell how much power they use. Of course, like I said, they're on the back wall, and I was against the back wall and trying to see that, and I just couldn't get far enough away from it to be able to see it. So I went and had my eyes checked. The guy says, "Well, let me guess, you're about 40." I said, "Yep, you're damn straight." He said, "Well, that's when your vision really starts to go, is about 40." And my vision isn't terrible, but it's not right. I can see far away a lot better than I can see up close, and so
I'm lucky.
I wear glasses. I wear glasses. Whatever. I ain't scared. I'm not too proud.
I've had good vision my entire life. Knock on this wood right here. And yeah, I'm hoping it stays that way for a while. It's funny. It's surprising considering the amount of crazy chemicals I work with at work that if I get them in my eyes would fuck me up right away. But yeah, I'm
right. Yeah. Look for it about 40, 45. I'm not trying to curse you, but yeah, kind of expect your eyes to go bad. A buddy of mine, he's got a beard a lot like yours, but he's got a lot of hair on his head. That's not important.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
He's really vain, and what's even more weird is he wears like readers, but he doesn't wear them all the time. So he's got like the grandma string or whatever. So they sit on his chest until he's ready to use them, and it's like, dude, why don't you just wear glasses instead of like looking like grandma or whatever? You know? He's so vain, and he just won't wear them. He's party animal, you know.
That is actually a pretty astute observation there, Mr. Angus Wangus. Rhinos actually apparently do have pretty bad eyesight. From what I've seen in documentaries and stuff like that.
I think that's the way it goes. Yeah, I don't know exactly.
And apparently rhinos are one of the only animals that will run towards a fire instead of away from it as well.
Right.
Which is weird. And it was a cartoon or something I watched years ago that put that into put a spin on it. And the reason they run at it is so they can stomp it out, and they're like bad campers, bad, like they're like smoking a bear.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
No, that's cool. That's
apparently it just angers them or some shit. It's weird. It's like I don't know, like fire makes me angry, so I'm gonna go run into it and burn myself and get even more angry. It doesn't.
Well, the last time
they might not realize it'll burn you.
Into fire, I didn't actually run into fire. I was jumping a fire, and I had gas on my pants and didn't realize it.
Nice.
I was pantsless pretty quickly.
I would have paid to see. Well, until that last part, I'd have paid to see that.
Is that where the rhino came from? Is that what you said?
No. But
where did the rhino come from? Where did albino rhino originate? Let's get some history right now.
That's a good question. Good question.
When I was in high school, I was a wrestler, a rugby player, a football player, and I did the strongman and the Highland Games. I was 320 pounds with not much body fat on me, so that's where the albino rhino came from.
All right, yeah, charge, but yeah, a big guy.
Yeah, strong as a rhino, and people knew about albino rhinos.
And so. Charge, yeah, exactly.
But so the beer festival weeks. During the beer festivals, I have guys come from all over Ontario and usually New Brunswick and stuff like that, and they all stay here. And one year, it was my buddies Bubba and Jeff come down from Arnprior, where I'm from. And I was in my room, and I yelled out of my room, I'm like, I am completely naked. Stay in your rooms. And, I was going to take a shower, and I'm holding my balls and stuff with my hands so you don't see them. And I'm walking out of my room, and I yell this, and Bubba comes out of the room. He's like, "What did you say?"
Oh shit!
Turns around and walks back in his room. Now, Bubba. The great thing about Bubba is, first off, his name's Bubba, because I mean, who doesn't want to have a friend named Bubba?
That's not his name.
That's his name.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now, Bubba has seen me naked 3 or 4 times. He's seen my buddy Jeff's mom naked 6 or 7 times. He walks in on everybody. And it's a pretty good joke about that. Like when Jeff lived in one of his houses, it was the bathroom was here and his room was on the other side of the bathroom, so you had to go through the bathroom to get out of his room. It was the weirdest thing ever. But Jeff's mom was in the bathroom. She was completely naked. She was about to take a bath, and she didn't know Bubba and Jeff were sleeping. And Bubba opens the door to take a piss, and there's Jeff's mom naked, and he's like, "Oh." Closes the door. Pisses out the window.
What else can you say, right? What else can you say? Damn.
We had a lot of fun back then.
Every third person in Texas is named Bubba.
How do you know that? It's so very true, but how do you know that?
I'm reading the comments. That wasn't me. That was Angus
Bubba in your family tree. Yeah, oh yeah, Angus Wangus. Yeah. It is. There's a lot of Bubbas.
Apparently, if you do need people talking about glasses here, I don't know if it's something you could do, Chad, but my boss, he's paid for his wife to have it done. It was $10,000, but it's that like surgery where they like take out your lens or whatever and put in the new lens or some shit they have now. And apparently now she sees like a fucking eagle. It's scary.
No, that's the same thing. That's like LASIK. I don't. It's not the shape of my eye that's the problem. It's the optic nerve behind my eye.
So that's something.
So you can't reshape my eye and make me see better. That's why glasses don't work.
That sucks, man. Is there any incredibly expensive surgery that could help you?
Exactly. Right. Yeah, that's right. No matter what price there is no.
There's nothing.
Right.
Wow.
No, this is the reason why I'm going to be single for a while. Women want people to.
No, it's not. That's the reason that that's the reason that you have grease marks on your screen, but you're not going to be single forever.
If anything,
don't take that to heart, man. I am only teasing.
My only small criticism I will give to you right now, Chad, is that occasionally in some of your your vlogs you do, you're using your phone or whatever for a camera. It looks like, and you do have it kind of close to you. So when you're watching the vlog, it's like. You're just your face in your face,
you get to look at me real close.
Just hold it back a bit,
I see his nostril hairs.
Look at these hairs.
That's the only criticism I will give. Aside from that, I like everything. Everything else you do pretty damn good. Anytime I open up a video of yours and it's like, oh my god, he wants to eat me right now. It is kind of frightening. Especially I have a 70-inch TV. So those on
when you see one nostril have a 70 inches of TV, no, we're only teasing and fun. Please,
I love you, man. I do.
I have videos of me getting pepper sprayed and bear sprayed and stuff that I was going to put up, but my ex doesn't want to be in any videos anymore, and she's in them.
Why would you even your eyes are bad? Let's see what I can make them worse. Is that what you're going for there?
Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ.
For shits and giggles, why not, right?
At this point, it's like, what do you got to lose, right?
I have to do it again. I have to refilm. I need somebody to come here and shoot me with all these sprays so I can refilm them.
Even if your eyes are closed, and you don't actually get it in your eyes, just the fact that it's it gets into your nose and stuff. It doesn't have to be in your eyes necessarily.
You can get sprayed on somebody next to you, and the mist comes over, and it's enough to like make I've never had it, but
no, we did have one last beer topic, so we'll just do this quick here.
Do it up.
And, that quick.
It was another Sacramento area brewery has announced its closing. I don't know if Joe or anyone has tried anything from these guys, but American River Brewing at Rancho Cordovas has closed its doors, according to the brewery's ongoing phone message.
Whoa!
I've never heard of that brewery.
Neither have I.
It sounds like something Mexico way or down our direction.
It was founded in 2012. It had an award-winning Coloma Brown Ale. And yeah, they shut down. And it's the second brewery in Sacramento to do this. So yeah.
Oh, Sacramento. Okay. How do you just fail as a brewery? I mean, does your beer really just suck that bad, or you just have no kind of business skills, or what happened?
I'd say probably one of those two things. Like either your beer's not any good, or
you gotta remember
you're not making enough to keep it going, kind of thing. And it just like there's probably a few. Like if I have no business knowledge really myself, but I'm sure if you did, there's probably a few big factors that could contribute to a small.
Well, it could be the owner has a really big meth habit and he spent up all the money, or gambling habit, or whatever, and spent up all the company money. Well, you know, or just simply they just produce crap beer. But
in today's age, you also have
crappy your beer is. No matter how crappy your beer is, if you price it to where you're still making money, somebody will buy that shit.
Yeah.
You know,
they're looking like Schlitzten's, fucking all those like 40-ounce shit you can buy. They've been around forever, and
yeah.
You have to remember too, though, right now with craft beer, if you say the wrong thing on social media, or you do the wrong thing, or you have the wrong label, you have a lot of people against you. And in places like Sacramento, where there's apparently a whole bunch of breweries, that might really hurt more than
fair enough. If you're like going against the grain of all these other ones, yeah.
You get blackballed or something. You end up getting blackballed, and then you just could be. Hell, I don't know. This beer here, remember I showed you a while ago. Look at the lace. Look at the damn foam holding on the edge of it.
That's insane.
Isn't that crazy? That's insane, man.
Here's my Mad Tom. There's none.
Oh yeah.
There's none at all.
None at all. Yeah, I know. Well, even some of my homebrews do that.
Wow.
Even some of my homebrews do that, but a little IPA, and the more it's warming up, which is probably not a good thing for an IPA, the more alcohol is coming out of it.
See, like IPAs, especially like something like this, the 8.4. I want that fucking cold, man.
Yeah,
actually,
it should be.
It was you, right, Chad, that was saying you drink a lot of your beers just straight up like room temperature?
All my beers are sitting on my table or on my floor downstairs.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you. You're crazy.
Well, he's not drinking the adjunct lagers. He's not drinking something that just would be terrible if it was warm.
No, but he does.
Do you drink the lagers like that? The adjunct lagers?
Anything I review is warm.
Oh, Bino, man.
There you go. Yes. See, he's crazy. He's a crazy
You're broken,
person.
dude. You're broken. Your taste buds. You're gonna break your taste buds. Don't do. Now, I love to drink dry stouts, and I brew a lot of them myself. They can get warm, and that's one I can drink when it's not hot, but warm. You know, when it's just not as cold as it could be. I can drink the shit out of those when they warm up, and they're wonderful. Man, they're wonderful.
Dude, you need to like put some of these beers that you make in like bottles and cans and send them north. I would love to try some of your beers. That's
all right,
cool.
I've got them in bottles. That's all I do. I don't have a keg.
Regardless, either or, like anything.
Yeah, what's the shipping
down.
cost to get something to Ontario?
I wouldn't even know. I know that
do not ever say it's beer in the package.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It's stupid.
You call them a couple of different things. You can call them snow globes.
Oh,
yeah, that could
water
work.
samples
or anything like that.
Vintage Coca-Cola bottles.
It's so stupid that like here I'm not sure what it is in the States, but in Canada, I can get stuff shipped to me from like anywhere in the world, pretty much, except the States. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Like everything.
Really that is weird.
The U.S. and Canada have like one of the biggest kind of free trade agreements that exist. You know what I mean? Like everything goes back, but booze for some reason it's like whoa. It's
no. Well, I never call it beer. A lot of times I call it yeast samples. And well, homebrew has yeast in the bottom. It just happens to be covered in some beer, you know.
Whatever you
but
want,
there is indeed yeast in there, and it can be saved and used again, even. If
Find me on Twitter. That's where most of my.
I don't Twitter.
Facebook.
No, I'm YouTube only. Go to my about page. Send me. I'll put my
YouTube. Really? Just YouTube? Not even Facebook.
I don't need the skeletons to come out.
I share skeletons openly.
Nice. Yeah. I'm all about like, you know what? Is this me? Who cares? I don't really have.
Oh yeah, YouTube keeps me busy.
I'm scared of you now. I'm scared of all these skeletons you have now. What are you hiding, man? What are you?
I don't have anything to hide. Here you go. I just put it in the chat. That shows how scared I am. That's my email.
Oh, cool, man.
There you go. Email me your address, and I will see what it takes to send something your direction. You like beef jerky? Like spicy beef jerky? That's good for YouTube right now. Dude,
I did the 1 chip challenge. Have you heard of the 1 chip challenge?
I have.
I did that on my channel with the same guy that was in the first video you saw there, my buddy Marcel. And I took it pretty goddamn well. I love spicy. Spicy's awesome, man. Like, yeah.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
What chip did you eat that was so amazing that it's just one chip is all you want? Well, who makes that chip?
Packies, P-A-Q-U-I, Packies,
It's
like that.
$5 a chip. I did the 1 chip challenge, but I ate 2 chips, and I would have ate 4 chips, but I wasn't spending $20 on 4 chips.
You know what? I want to do like what you just said. I was going to be like, because Marcel in that video, he was like, oh, he could barely stand it. He could not stand it. And I was like, it's bad for a minute, but then it's like the flavor is actually really good as well.
Pretty good until, yeah, right? Yeah, until the calcium kicks in.
I'm not sure, but I think that I'm sending you my address right now.
Are you cool with sending it on this media?
No, I'm sending it through the. I'm sending it to you and Chad right now through our group chat in the fucking Hangouts thing, apparently.
Oh, right. Nobody else is on here except for us.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yes, sir.
And he already.
Yes, sir. Well, and now Boozer knows it too.
Someone else. Oh God, no! Someone else has my address.
All right. No, that's all good.
I'm chasing everybody away.
What's going on, Daniel?
Dude, it's you. It's you. How's it going, man? That's awesome. Sweet.
Good, yourself.
Not bad. Your setup looks pretty impressive there. Jesus.
It's a small room.
Yeah, I'm kind of in like.
I remember this guy. I've seen you before.
You missed the whole. I gave like a bit of a tour of my setup.
B1A. What kind of damn zip code is that?
We don't have zip code.
It's not a zip code. That is a postal code. Welcome to Canada.
You got letters in your shit, dude. Okay, you can take that off there if you want to. If you feel uncomfortable, I have it now.
Well, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's the group chat. Whoever's in here.
Oh, no, I get it.
Whoever's in here is going to have my address. If anyone in here wants to send me anything, my address is in the group chat. Yeah, that's how I play it.
There you go. Well, see, like behind me, you'll see the map. Those are all homebrewers. For now, I
gotta click on you.
I'm going to get into more reviewers can be on there too, and I'll give you a quick run. I'll give you a quick rundown on it. See,
randomly, you have to know that your camera resolution is not helping you much in this endeavor.
Oh, that's all good. That's all good. I don't expect you to see. I don't expect you to see the names. Right here over the U.S. There's like a cross right there.
Yeah. Okay.
And so these are like the northeast, southeast, the southwest, northwest, whatever. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another video for very long to say, hey, send me your. I don't want your address. Just what's the nearest city toward you? The nearest city that I can find, Google or whatever. And so I've been trying to kind of figure out where people live. I'm not coming to mow your lawn. I'm just kind of trying to figure out where people live.
I don't even have a lawn. It's like I said, I live on the top of my work building, and it's gravel. There's gravel. You can come and take a rake and smooth out the gravel if you want. I guess maybe my boss would.
It's all in fun and trying to figure out that patch, that big old patch, the 3 columns that you might see over there. Those all of them. Some bitches live in the UK. They all live in the UK, which is smaller than Texas itself.
Oh no, dude! Like, yeah,
those are all homebrewers.
Well, it's like living in Canada.
Crazy.
Almost every one of our provinces, aside from a couple small ones off in the east, are bigger than most fucking countries out there. Like,
exactly.
We're Canada number two for world area. Yeah, woo! Stupid Russia.
Woo!
Give it time. Give it time.
Yeah, this is cool. I like this. I'm having a good time.
Oh, damn it! We've
look at this. Twice as mad. Tom is about to die too. I made it all the way through him. I kicked his ass, even though he's all of his hops have died. Like,
poor Tom.
It's not terrible, but it's not the way it should taste.
It's not the way it was. Yeah.
What do you got there? Booze Review Guy. What's your actual name?
My actual name is Dan.
Dan.
I go by PK or Painkiller. It's one of my many hats I've got, actually.
I wasn't a huge fan of said beer when I reviewed it, but it wasn't for like Belgian style beers in general, yeasty kind of things. that's the one flavor style that my palate has yet to kind of adapt to.
And I've actually mentioned you in that, saying that I know you don't like Belgian beers, but this one I do like, and I know you don't like it because I've heard you mention that a few times. But you are getting used to it, I've seen. So no, for me, I'm going for the BC beer from Fuggles and Warlock. It's the 8-bit, super 8-bit.
That is an awesome fucking
The super 8-bit.
Oh, like you being where you are, I'm jealous because of the driftwood beers you get to like. There's a good craft beer scene out in BC, and even like Granville, they're craft beer, not really craft anymore, but they were one of the first breweries to contact me and say, "We love what you're doing. Want to send you some stuff." They sent me 2 packages, and ever since then, every time they release, like they put a post on Facebook, our new beer, I like put a picture, whatever, and jokingly like send it here. And there was like, oh, I wish we could. And it's like, you can. You've done it before, you bastards. You cheap bastards.
Just because you got bought out doesn't mean you can't anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You got bought out. You probably got you got extra money in your pockets. Send Red Beer some beer.
Send it to the East plant that you guys have out there and have it delivered from there.
Do they really? They have it like that?
They might. They might. Well, they like.
I wouldn't doubt it. It makes sense.
Not Granville Island themselves, but the people that buy them out. So
you can buy Granville Island in Toronto at the what the fuck's it called now? The beer, not the Beer Academy, whatever it's called now. Oh, the Creemore Springs Brew Pub there.
See, so it can be delivered.
What happens is they sell basically all the craft breweries that they bought. They sell at that Creemore Brew Pub.
Yeah, Creemore. I haven't been a huge fan of any of the beers of theirs that I have had and reviewed overall. I just it's just all been like meh.
It's Batch. That's what it's called. It's called Batch.
It's called Not Impressed.
Simply not impressed.
Batch makes some amazing beers.
Not when Creemore doesn't, apparently.
And I mean, it's the same with over in Ontario. I'm jealous of what you guys get there too. I mean, finding out that I found Bellwoods in BC, I was like, oh well, I'm buying this. This is no problem. But yeah, there's a lot of BC beers that when I go across the border that I pick up that I can't even get in Alberta because they're not even over here yet. So I mean, that's the hard part, because I've seen just a few things. So
right.
I saw his mouth move, but I didn't hear him say anything, so he muted us.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No, I was talking. My friend of mine just showed up, which means that the live stream, the live stream of the Redbeard is going to happen soon, and this live stream for the Redbeard must unfortunately end. So yeah,
as soon as he leaves, we're going to share his address with everybody.
Wicked.
And then I will find you and stab you. But no, John,
I've got lots of stuff to stab, so please feel free to take some of it when you do.
Listen, I actually feel bad, but like I said, last night was the first time I ever did a live stream on my channel, and it worked out pretty well. And I was like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to do it again. But I forgot that today was actually Wednesday, and I had said I wanted to be here to do this. So I'm glad I got to at least be a part of it for a while. And if we do this, if this is a Wednesday thing every Wednesday, next Wednesday, you are, unless I'm working, you have got my full and undivided attention. People of this, yes, because this was awesome. This is fun, and especially since more people.
As long as I'm not on a date or anything, like that'll ever happen. But
you are. You need to work on your modesty. That's what you need to work on.
Chad,
yeah. Quit being so arrogant, dating yourself. Right. Quit being all about yourself.
But yeah, thanks guys. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. It was awesome. This was fun, and I'll be back. You're goddamn right, I'll be back. And if anybody wants to watch me in like 15 minutes or so-ish, hop over to my channel, and that's where I think we're gonna play baseball, because it's me and my buddy. We usually play baseball, and it's a fun baseball game, and we can kick ass at it. It's gonna be good. So woo and all that fun stuff. But yeah, exactly. Peace out, everybody. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Good to finally talk to you.
Cheers, guys.
Redbeard, you gonna be on for a minute? You gonna be on for a while?
on there.
Okay, no, right. I understand. All right, right. I'll probably jump over and see you. I'm gonna wait for this one to end. By that time, y'all should be midstream.
Oh yeah, and it will be.
Don't cross the streams,
It'll be
guys.
midstream and like
And they'll both be
three
naked.
quarters of the Hammered. It's like halfway through the stream.
There you go.
But
I'll come visit you. So you sub me, so I should be able to see you pop up, right?
Yeah, damn right, man. Damn right.
All right.
Damn right.
Make sure
Everybody
you
subscribe to
sub me.
Red Beard. Yeah. All right.
Make sure you sub me that way. I can find your notification thing.
Somewhere. What?
Or no, I guess I subbed you, and so I'll see your notification thing.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I believe in you. I believe in you all. All right.
I'll find it.
Peace out, guys. Thanks again.
Take care. Yeah, I guess that was kind of backward. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll hang out here. I'm not just running off, but yeah, I'll see what he's doing over there in a minute. See what he got going. So what's up with the review guy?
Me?
You got a whole room dedicated to this kind of stuff, don't you? You got like what's
a little bit
light boxes? What's that stuff on a stand that become light
there's
boxes?
Light boxes. Well, there's a light box. The light box is actually drowning out all my glasses. So I got my glasses. I've got my beer cap collection, my actual studio, which I actually sit at. Well, kind of. I've got a whole bunch of shit on there. So
the light box. What kind of? I don't know anything about those. What kind of lights are in that thing?
They're called daylight. They're big halogen lights.
Halogen?
Oh yeah. Well,
there's some power sucking some babies, eh?
No, I guess not halogen. Sorry, they're the LCDs. Or
okay.
Yeah, LCD. They're one of the others.
I'm an electrician by trade. No, halogen are very like they make a lot of heat, and they make a lot of light, but they make a lot of heat.
It's the curly ones.
Oh, the compact fluorescence.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with it. yeah. It's all good. So, I was just curious. Yeah. I want to get a little more like that myself. I have this room that I'm in that is dedicated to what I want to do, and it's so I can do whatever I want in here, and I could do something like that in my room also. I'd like to get it a little more stage ready or studio ready. I got like audio gear, but that doesn't help for seeing me. Usually I do my shit outside, my videos outside, but sometimes I'm inside, and this is the best light I got. See, and it ain't so good.
Well, I've been doing it for a while, so I went from basically a small camcorder, and then I up to one light, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting too much shadowing, so I up to a second light that I found on pretty much our local garage sale thing, and it's been working really well for me. I mean, I love having natural light because, yeah, that kind of lighting that you have, it drove me nuts. I'm like, I would love to try and fix this. And
it's crap. Yeah, it's crap. Well, like I said, usually I shoot my stuff outside, but and that's a whole nother challenge itself. You would think that sunlight is a good thing, but no, it's really not.
No. I found that out with my cell phone. It's like, okay, it keeps blurring. Why? Oh, right.
Yeah, it just looks so weird. I'm always a negative, and it's like, come on. Well, not really negative, but I'm always like backlit somehow, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm out in the sunlight, and it doesn't work that way.
No. Well, I mean, I've upped my camera. Like I've done 3 upgrades on my camera, so I've tried to make sure that it looks a little bit more presentable for YouTube, I guess. I'm a guy that works in IT, and I love to have the sort of latest and greatest and have things look good. Yeah. And I mean, I'm using a lot of stuff that, it costs a little bit of money to make, but if you use it properly, you can make it last a very long time.
Exactly. So. Yeah, the coolest thing I have for my getup is my my editing program, and that's probably not the best. I have the Sony Vegas Pro 13.
Yep.
And it's got lots of options in it. As for my camera, it's just a little crappy camcorder thing from years gone by that was a hand-me-down. It is HD, and it does the 1080 by whatever, and I'm not really well-versed about any of this to begin with, but so yeah, it doesn't have to be like movie quality, but it's just so it's decent, and I'm feeling pretty good with my crappy camcorder, but the lighting a lot of times is not good. And I always seem like I'm backlit. Like I said, I don't usually shoot inside, but I got to learn more about it.
The thing is for me, like I would love to, like, this is a lot for the small room. Like it lights it up so bright, but it works. But I couldn't find, when I was looking around, I couldn't find the small daylight, like LED lights or anything else like that that were really cheap. Where these ones were cheaper than the other ones. Like the LED
Oh,
lights
okay.
run for, God, they used to run for $200 to $300 per small little box, and it's just too
Wow.
much.
Yeah.
So I went with
Yeah.
these, and these are like, I found it on eBay and also, like I said, the other place, and it cost me all of like $50 for two of them. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
that's fair.
complaining.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if I have anything too much, it's probably speakers. I have like most of my stuff is set up more for like a karaoke guy or something, like a small venue stuff. Yeah, I got a couple of PV towers back here. I don't know if you can see them in the camera. A couple of PV towers. I got laid sideways.
Nice.
Of course, that doesn't help with putting up videos or whatever. It sure makes it loud in here, though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, my
Yeah.
dad worked in lighting and sound, and he did a lot of sound, so I learned what JBLs were and how he hated Bose
Exactly.
speakers, for example.
Yeah. Both of the bomb. Yeah.
And it was just like, I love my sound, and so basically my fiance's like, well, let's just run the sound through the TV, and I looked at her going, you don't know me. You don't know me
Right?
at
That
all.
just doesn't happen, right?
There's going to be surround sound in this house somewhere.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, exactly.
it's like, where? I'm like, right here. So
In this
yeah.
room. Yeah,
So
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, after you.
Oh no, I got a little 12-track board, but I'm trying to incorporate it into the laptop that I've got. And so I'm not having good luck with that. I'd like to get some, like, a good professional microphone to use and run it through the soundboard and then back into the laptop. A desktop is easy because it has the inputs that you're just able to go right back in the back of the sound card. But I'm not having good luck with running it back into my laptop. My wife got me a decent, very nice laptop. It's Asus Republic of Gamers something. I'm not a gaming guy, but this thing, I took it to my computer nerd guy, and he said, "Dude, no, it's a nice one. It's got these processors. It's got a bunch of storage. It's blah blah blah." But I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate an analog soundboard into the laptop. Maybe you're the right guy to talk to. Is got to be some kind of conversion box of some sort.
There is.
Let me
There is
click on me, and I can see what I'm showing you. See here, I got stuff on it, but got an analog
Nice.
soundboard,
Yeah, the
and
12
I'd
channel
like
there.
to incorporate it into like a nice microphone. And I must have muted myself out something. Anyway, I'd like to incorporate a nice microphone to be able to send the sound back to the laptop. And I found this thing that they said was going to work. Did I turn myself down or something? Okay.
No, I can hear you.
No,
It's
you're
all good.
fine.
Okay, great.
Perfectly fine.
This thing, this little wicked thing here, which one is audio in and the others are audio out. And then it's got the three little ring guy right here.
Yeah.
That should work, but it didn't seem to work for me. Do you have any ideas as to how to run an analog soundboard into
A digital
laptop?
box into the computer.
Yeah. I'm
I've
so sorry I'm taking over your show, Chad. I'm just looking for information.
There's different ways to do it, and actually, if you look on YouTube, there's a guy that actually has a setup in Alberta here. Let me just try and find him.
Okay, yes. Any links that you can send me would be well appreciated, sir. Because I don't have to do it that way, but I'd like to. I'd like to get me one of those badass microphone in a cage, it's where if it gets bumped, it doesn't make a bunch of racket. And I'm old karaoke guy. I used to be a karaoke host, and so I've got gear, but I've never done like recording or any kind of production type stuff like this.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it here.
I'm just looking for some fresh ideas, or just point me the right direction, and I'll try to find it. I'm not a total idiot, but I don't know.
Actually, I'm just going to send you his link for his YouTube channel. He's changed his YouTube channel around.
Okay.
which is odd. But this guy actually runs channels. Like he has kind of the same channels going into his computer and everything. So, and he's got like a great microphone going off of his computer, and it goes into the mixer board and everything else. He could probably help you out with it if you possibly send him a message.
Sweet. I sure will try. So he's got like an analog mixer, just an old school mixer, right?
He does have an analog mixer. I'm just trying to find the video where he shows his stuff off.
Okay, no problem. I'm not trying to rush you whatsoever. I'm going to grab another beer. And sorry to take over your channel, Mr. Chad. What are they saying in the comments here? Is everybody leaving now that I've chatting? No, you still got 9. You still got 9. I hadn't changed anything. All right. I can do this. I can start another video or another hangout or whatever. I sure appreciate any help I can get. I don't mean to hijack somebody's channel. I'll be right back.
We'll be here.
Beer. You said it.
You know, a shortened version of be here.
Yes, sir.
So, Chad, how have things been over there?
Voorhees, that makes me feel good. Makes me feel good that I'm a little bitch. How are things over here? They're going. I mean, I have the 2 dogs here, and yeah, that's about it.
They're quiet tonight.
I know. They were fighting for a bit earlier.
For a bit. Now they're being nice.
Well, I think they're both passed out. They both had a pig ear each, and I know Helga's on the floor over there, and Boris is up on the bed here. They'd both be up on the bed, but Helga can't jump up. So
not yet, anyways.
I'm next gonna drink Leafman's Gudenbong. She probably could if she tried. It's I think she doesn't think she can, so she doesn't try.
No. A Leafman's Gudenbong.
Yes. So she's bigger than him, but she looks smaller, right? Like she's German Shepherd and Mastiff, so she's built heavier set than he is.
Oh, sweet.
Where he's a boxer, right? So they don't have any meat on them at all. They're all muscle and bone. So he's 36 pounds and she's 44, but she looks smaller than him.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, they're moving quick.
She's 15 weeks old and he's 17 weeks old.
Jeez. Wow, they're growing quickly.
Well, the vets think he's going to be between 80 and 100, and they think she's going to be between 100 and 140.
Holy crap! Oh, crap.
So they're gonna start paying some rent here at some point, or what?
Yeah.
They're gonna be eating out of house and home for long.
Well, the boxers eat like maniacs, but I mean, in all honesty, I gave my last dogs the super expensive food, and they had all the same health problems that my dogs that ate nothing were on. So I moved these guys. They're just on Purina. I don't even care anymore. It's like $29 for a 16-kilogram bag. So if it cost me like $60 to feed them for a month, it cost me $60 to feed them for a month.
That's not bad. That's $2 a day.
Instead of what I could buy Yukonuba or some of the other good stuff for the same size bag, almost $100. Yeah, no.
Jeez.
Wow. That's a big
And
difference.
the ingredients are close to the same.
That's not bad. I mean, sorry. Speaking of animals, I had a cat that just did not want to shut up.
Okay, so the link you sent was for John Hitbox, right?
Yep.
Okay, he's a gaming guy. I'm just making sure I got the right channel.
He's a gaming guy. But he used to do like I said, he changed his channel around. So it used to be Podcast for the Win. So he used to do like podcasts of videos and whatnot. I know him because he's actually been on a couple of my videos like 2 years ago, and he's actually in the Calgary area here. Mm-hmm. And he knows how to set up the audio for computers and everything else like that. So he'd be the guy to talk to.
Okay, you're the man. You're the man.
So he could probably help you out a little bit more than I probably could, because I use pretty much my computers to put in everything.
Right.
You're in charge. I gotta go take a pee.
Thank you for sharing.
You're quite welcome. I bet you one of my dogs is gonna follow me.
Probably.
I bet. Yeah, he was in there one time. I don't know if it was the last one or the one before. He said the dog like licked his. Well, the dog licked him. The dog licked him while he was in there taking a lick. And I was like, "Whoa, that was just too much information." Thanks.
Yeah. No, it's like with him.
Yeah, there are people in the chat, aren't there? It's not just us three. All right. Now, I thank you so much. I will check Johnny Hitbox out and see if he's got some ideas. Yeah, I will sure check that out. And I don't know, and I'm just somebody here has got to know how to do this. So I'm sure somebody's running an old analog board, you know.
You could also look it up on YouTube of how to run an analog board into a computer. So.
Is it? I know. It's just that easy, isn't it? I'm just a nerd or just an idiot. All right. Yeah. That'd probably be the way to go about it.
Let's see.
I researched everything else that way. How to change a timing belt on my truck, and I had my laptop sitting on the intake, and the hood's open, and my computer's there. You know.
Oh look! Oh, there we go. How to connect the analog mixer to your computer.
Oh, see there, you've already dug it out. Okay, I'll go about it that way. That's probably the easiest way. I was just looking for some quick advice, maybe. I don't know. I'm not so lazy. I got plenty of time, but
I just sent another link there, so see if that will help out.
You are the man. You are the man. I will research that and check it out.
See what comes up. I mean, there's a lot of different ways of doing that. So
there's got to be. I'm sure. I mean, like if you were trying to get like your turntable or whatever to link into your computer, it's easy enough. You just got to get a little amplifier thing or whatever. It can make it. It can make it HDMI or not HDMI. It can make it whatever. It'll make it work.
You can make it digital. You can make it to
I'm saying the wrong thing, but
no, I know what you're saying. I get you.
The MIDI jack, the MIDI, the MIDI or whatever. Yeah.
No, there's a bunch
I got a bunch of vinyl, and I'd like to get that onto. And I did it before, but the thing was, I had my desktop in here. But I'm thinking, why have that big old monstrous thing in here when I really don't need it? I think the last operating system on it was like an 8. You know? It still runs. It's not broken, and I don't know why my wife got me this nice gaming computer when I don't game. But the only time the only time it ever makes noise is when I'm editing something or doing rendering, and then you hear the fan blow a little bit. You know?
Yeah. No, it's in all honesty, like if you want to do stuff like you got a good computer for putting like records and whatnot onto your computer, that's not a problem. That'll just blow by all that.
Really exactly. Well, one time I don't even know where to find it anymore, but one time I made it into a spot into my laptop where it said it did some kind of it was checking how fast things work. There's a proper name for it, and I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway,
Windows
it started showing some cool ass graphics, and then the fan was like, "Woo, man!" It was just zooming, and it was showing these crazy ass graphics, and I was like, "That's my monitor. That monitor looks badass," you know. I don't play games on it, so I don't know. I like to find a game, and I'm not a gamer, like I say, but I like to find a game that challenges my computer and just to be able to hear the fan blow, you know, just to see the graphics. And even if I suck at the game, I want to see the cool graphics and the, you know, and just hear the fan blow, just to know I'm challenging this thing, because. You know,
oh yeah, and that's the thing is that right? I do video editing, and that's what I like with my videos and stuff. That's what I do. And I have a nice computer for that, so I can actually just have it rendered in Sony Vegas 13 as you have it. And
you're using the same thing?
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
I use Sony Vegas. I've learned how to use chroma keys and a few other things as well. So if I really want to update my videos to the next game where I just sort of play around with some effects, I can do that.
Right.
But I mean, my computer is fast enough where I can get a nice video up and running in about half an hour when it's a 15-minute video. So
wow.
It's not bad, but it takes a
Yeah.
lot of editing. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Well, the editing program is really nice, and my computer's good, but my internet rots. So no matter how fast I can put it to a file to get it sent out, to get it uploaded, it takes forever. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the drawback to that. Yeah.
It's you have to have the good stuff in order to make things work. That's the hard
Well,
part.
to make it work quickly, anyway.
Exactly.
Like I said, I can get it rendered and into a file pretty quick, but yeah, the other is not so much.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I want to get what's that fiber optic stuff that's out there.
That fiber optic
That's
is so nice.
yeah, I know, right?
Well, I mean, like down the States, you guys don't have the fast internet. If you do, you have to really pay for it through the nose.
Mm-hmm.
So I've up here we've got the fast internet, and it's not that much. It's affordable, which is nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of like your cell phone plans down there are awesome, where ours up here suck.
Oh, I see.
But our internet up here rocks, where your internet down there
Oh,
just
okay.
it's
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know much about it, but it's something about like ping speeds and stuff. They show that speedometer thing,
Yeah.
and this is like this is really going. Mine's just like tweak this down here. Like this is 100. I'm at like 15, you know, and the upload speed 4. You know, it's like
Barely
really?
making it
Come on.
through.
I live out in the woods, and yeah, we're running off of old wires. It's that. You know?
But that's what happens when you live out in the woods, though.
Yeah. It's not. It's nice to be out here in the sense that we don't have a lot of traffic and a lot of company or whatever. But in the same token, yeah, the internet rots.
Yeah.
And this is a dead end road, so they're never going to make it better because there's just not enough subscribers to make it worth their while to run that good stuff. If we was on a main thoroughfare or whatever, then all these people want it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're just not going to see it. Yeah, we're just not going to see it. We're on dead end road. I mean, it's a long dead end road, but it's a dead end road nevertheless.
Jesus, that's bad. So I just got a comment here from Mr. Angus Wangus saying, I have the worst connection on the planet. My neighbor goes to Ecuador in the winter, and he says the connection is better there than here. That's bad.
That's fun.
That's
That is bad, huh, right? I gotta say, I like that name. By the way, Angus Wangus, Mr. Angus Wangus, not just Angus Wangus, but Mr. Angus Wangus. That's a clever name. It rolls off the tongue real nice.
It does.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So.
That's a great name.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's amazing. I put a post up on my Facebook page about Mr. Trump and how his North Korea stuff and his talks back and forth, and then I put underneath it about his war on drugs. What do you think most people focused on my Facebook page?
I don't know.
It's not the war on drugs, that's for sure.
Nah. I think we finished that war on drugs. I think we lost that war. They're still doing dope.
Well, actually, the thing is, he's now said that he's going to try and help get fentanyl off the streets, which is good. Like the amount of people that have died from fentanyl is just brutal.
What is that stuff? Fentanyl.
So basically, it's a higher drug. Now, fentanyl is what they give. Now, if I remember correctly, fentanyl is what they give to cancer patients to ease the morphine. Let me just double check.
Oh, it's like a morphine derivative of some sort, something like it's a painkiller of sorts.
A little bit, but it's very harsh. Basically, fentanyl can and will kill you if taken in the wrong dosage.
Oh hell!
So it's an opioid.
That's one way to get rid of the drug users, right? Let them use this. They don't. They're gonna look for that bigger high, and all of them end up dead.
But that's the thing is, you have that, and a lot of people are ending up dead on the streets. Like people don't know any different, and then they get this high, and it's like, oh, this is wonderful, but at the same point in time, the overdose. Yeah. So I mean, you have Trump that's going and fighting against that. You know, I don't have a problem against things like weed. Don't get me wrong on this. I don't, because
Okay.
living in a place like BC, weed was easy
Yeah,
come by.
no. I'm with you on that. Yeah, you don't have to change anything. You put a seed in the ground, it creates a plant. You dry the plant, you smoke it. Just that easy. Bam. You didn't have to do anything else to it. It's just that easy. You planted a seed. It created a product. You smoked the product. Bam.
Yep.
There's no processing, no extra anything. Right. Okay.
It's all natural and everything else.
I quit smoking. Not saying if there wasn't some around, I wouldn't puff on it, but I don't smoke now. Yeah, but it's all natural. It's all natural. It's all natural.
Yeah. Whereas you have something like fentanyl, which is a chemical which will kill
Obviously.
you.
Yeah,
So,
obviously.
like that kind of stuff, I see problems with. So, and I would love to see this whole fentanyl thing come to an end, because that it's now gotten to the point where, like, you obviously know about the 60s and 70s and everything else like that, where you had your acid, you had your mushrooms, you had your coke and everything else like that. Now we're getting into the 2000s where they're looking at angel dust, they're looking at fentanyl, they're looking at everything else. You need that extra step of high, and people are dying from that kind of shit. Yes, we can die from coke, but not as easily as you can die from fentanyl.
Right. No, I get it. Right.
So I mean, having a war on this, it's a good thing. So, but we've gotten on political and everything else like that on Chad's show. We should stop that. I'm stopping. I'm tapping out now.
No. That's not political necessarily. That's talking about drug abuse. It's not really political.
Yeah. So I mean, go ahead.
Oh no. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts. Also, no. I mean, it's. I never even heard of that stuff, to be very honest. Yeah, there's always the newer thing that people are going to come out is going to find. Yeah, I mean, back in, it was before my days. I'm not that old, but yeah, they used to do the Mandrex. Mandrex was a horse tranquilizer. Well, I mean, you're a pretty big guy, but you're still not the same size as a horse. So you take something that's made for something that is 800 to 1,000 pounds or more. Yeah, what do you expect's going to happen? You're eating a horse tranquilizer, for God's sakes. Hello, what do you expect to happen? Yeah, you're going to get really high.
Yeah.
Even dosed down, hell, it's still a tranquilizer. Even dosed down,
Yep.
You took a third of it, or whatever.
Yeah, you're down and out for the count. We all sit down.
Yeah,
we all have beers and everything else like that. I mean, like, people think that that's bad. You have it in moderation. It's not that bad.
Right.
Well, I have it with a lot of food, but that's just me.
That's a different story, right?
So,
I mean, everybody has their vices. As for the marijuana, yeah, I don't think that should be illegal at all. It doesn't make you any more high than well, it's a totally different high, but it doesn't make you. Okay,
it doesn't give you a crazy high.
So say you drink a 6-pack of beer. Okay, maybe a 12-pack, and that's a lot of beer for anybody. I don't care who you are, no matter what rate. That. Okay, let's go with a 6-pack even. To where you're not so buzzed. Anyway, you want to drive your car fast. You want to maybe fight somebody. I'm not the fighting type, but maybe you want to fight somebody. Whereas you smoke that joint, and you want to sit on the couch and you want to watch some cartoons and eat some Twinkies. When have you ever heard of anybody, having troubles driving? If anything, you're paranoid. Oh my God, I think that's the cops behind us.
Oh shit, it is. I'm going 20. That's why.
Right? Eat that. But
yeah,
there's just marijuana is not. It's no worse than drinking beer. And so I can't say. If anything, beer is worse. Because then you think you're somebody you're not, and you don't give a shit about anybody else's feelings because you're drunk, or maybe not quite that last comment, but anyway, you don't give a shit. You just don't give a shit so much. Where if you're high, you're like, oh, it's so soft and fluffy, or I want to eat that.
Hey, you fluffy now.
What was that?
He's called me soft and fluffy twice now, so I'm worried about him.
No, that was just open. I did call you fluffy earlier. it's much more happy than I want to, beat up the pool table,
It's honestly, it's true. Like for me, I don't have a problem with weed. I really don't.
No.
I was at a buddy's wedding and I haven't smoked it in 12 years. My buddy's like, well, let's go outside. And it's like, I want to calm down and I've got this. I'm like, all right, we're going to smoke some. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, how I have missed this. But
yeah.
I've never done anything hard.
3 puffs later, you were toast.
Yeah.
Your tolerance is gone.
Where the hell am I, man? Oh, right, I'm out in the country somewhere. Where am I? I can't make it home, dude. But I mean, it's like the other stuff. Yeah, it's just kind of horrible. Well, I mean, like, it's almost as you said, like drinking booze. If you have it, you can get alcohol poisoning or anything else like that. You have to know how to do it in moderation.
Oh yeah.
So,
dude, knock on wood, I have never had alcohol poisoning. I felt like shit the next day, but I have never actually sent myself to the hospital from drinking alcohol. No, I don't binge drink. I'm not going to try to finish off that 750 of bourbon by myself in 2 hours or something. I don't do that. I just know better than that. I'm not stupid, but so I've never had those issues, and just doing anything. I've tried some other. We're not. Oh, we are live. Okay.
Yes, we are live.
I just making sure. Is it? Anyway, I've tried things, but I never got involved in things so much to where it sent me to the hospital, or I did it for a long time. Yeah, I've done what everybody else has done. I've taken some pain pills. I've done methamphetamines. I never any more than a couple days in a row because you just start seeing shit after that. You ain't right after that. And I've done everything in somewhat of moderation. There's some things I've never ever done. I've never ever done heroin in any form or fashion. But yeah, I've done other things. I've tried. We've all experimented. I'm too old for that now. I don't do that anymore. I'm scared to. I'm scared to. I might not come back from that ride. So I don't even try.
No, it's true. I mean, like that's the hard part about things. Anyways, I'm gonna hand this back to Chad because it's his show, not mine. You told me to talk, so I did.
Mo Messer says booze makes a person's mental health and judgments go to shit. But booze is okay, but not being consumed to get hammered is inevitable. But I see hammered people go crazy in some people. Not all.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, right. Enough to catch a buzz is one thing. Enough to where you're falling on your face, maybe not so good. I'm sorry, Chad. It's your channel, buddy. We give it back to you. How was your bathroom break?
Oh, it was fine.
Did the dogs visit you this time to lick yourself?
No, not to lick me, no.
Well, that happened the other night. It was like last one we did. You did, or the one before that you said the dog approached you in kind of a weird way, and you got it like a cold nose or a lick or something. What was it?
Oh yeah, my dog follows me. Usually he lays in my underwear while I take a dump.
Nice.
See, I can't say that doesn't happen to me. I've got cats, so every morning I have to share the bathroom with my cat while she drinks out of the shower.
Nice. Do they lay in your underwear while you're taking a dump? That's pretty weird. It's so warm.
It smells like my human.
Right? It smells like Dad.
Yeah. But anyways, I actually probably should go here. I do have my kids still with me, and I'm getting ready for my final day of being, I guess, single. So
you're not single.
Well, okay. Technically speaking, I haven't signed a piece of paper, so I'm not single. Well, I'm not fully single, but I am single.
You're not single. You're with someone.
Are you getting married?
Are
you getting married? I don't understand. What's going on?
You got it. You got it right there. As of Tuesday,
yeah.
As of Tuesday, I will be a married man again.
Well, my condolences, sir.
You know what? If you said that to me on the first marriage, I probably would have agreed with you.
Well, you didn't know it was going to work out like it did, I imagine. But
hey, like I said, the best thing that came out of my first marriage was my 2 kids. So
there you go. Right. There you go. That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, I probably will miss out next Wednesdays. I will see about. No, I'll be away. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna even get a chance. I'll be on a beach somewhere. So
Shut up. Golly.
I'll try and pop in and say hi at least, and show you that I'm drinking a good beer while I'm on vacation.
You're gonna be in Maui or something, and
I don't own a passport, so I'm not allowed out of the country.
oh, I see.
So
You're going to the Great Lakes.
I wish, because it's not smoky there. It's not smoky.
It's not smoky there.
It's smoky where I'm going.
Is that kind of a tourist attraction? I said that as kind of a gag, but is that somewhere that you as Canadians would go and see or go and visit?
Great Lakes, yeah.
Is it pretty cool? I mean, I used to live in Michigan. I used to live in. We moved around quite a bit. I used to live in Jackson, and we moved to Hudson, and so we moved around a little bit. But we were in that area. But yeah, it was a long time ago, and we moved down here before I was able to drive. So I don't remember much up there except for a bunch of snowy winters, and it was beautiful. But I don't remember a whole lot about it. Like traveling and stuff like that, or what's around there.
Okay, I'm going offline, guys. Here's the join link if you want to come in and talk to us. So there's the join link for you guys. Now I'm going offline before somebody kicks me out of my own chat. Bye-bye.
Bye.